Welcome back, guys. So in the last video, we added the second tenant, right? And we assigned all the permissions. Then we also created a project and we um, discovered the users in my source tenant. That was my Alpha Fashions tenant, right? So this is my first project we created, and we also saw that there was a task and events in my project. Right, let's observe today our task was completed. It got completed within like no, I didn't had many users. If you can observe here, I only had 9 users and 12 groups in my tenant. But probably depending on the size of the tenant, the task could take a very long amount of time. Right, now let's observe here. Let's go to the tasks, and so we had only one task, right? That was to discover the user. Anyhow, I can see my one task, which was the account discovery task we created in the last video, right? And let's observe that it discovered 21 accounts, and it includes both users and groups, right? You can see the events also, right? We can go to events here to see what all events were created, right? Like the notification was sent. I did receive an email that the accounts were discovered. The discovery completed within like 3 minutes. If you can observe, I started it at around 9:34 p.m. and it was completed by 9:37, right? So for each one of the events we can observe the details here on the right pane. There was one more thing here. If I go back to the task, there was an option to there was an option for the diagnostics. So if you want to copy the diagnostics or you want to download the pre-migration report, then we can do that from here, right? And I am gonna open Notepad here and paste the diagnostics information, and observe, guys, that there are very little detail, but we have the organization ID, the name, the project ID, and the task ID, right? And about the pre-migration report, let me download it again, and I'm gonna go to my file explorer, and let's extract the files, and let's open and observe that we have got an Excel sheet, and it will give us information about all the users or groups or accounts which have been discovered in the source tenant and which we want to migrate, or whichever ones you want to migrate. You can see the guest user details also, right? And you have all the information here. I want to inform you one more thing, that so I added a couple of demo user accounts here, right, in my Entra ID. But guys, these demo user accounts are not yet they have not yet appeared in the list of my accounts which we discovered in the first task. So what are we going to do? We're going to run the task again, although I just want to show you that I do not have all my uh, demo user accounts in the list here. We have it here and we have only one. So to get the other user accounts which I added, we are going to run the task again. Let's click on start again, and we're going to start a discovery task. Let's click on start again, and it should get complete again just like last time, probably within 2 or 3 minutes, right? um, Now, um, guys, I want you to observe one another thing. This is my this is one of the demo tenants and tenant which I'm using as my target tenant. I just want you to observe that I only have two accounts here, two user accounts are there, and the default domain in this tenant is like it's a number and then dot on microsoft.com, right? So I don't have a custom domain here. It is the default one, right? I just wanted you to observe this so that when we migrate, you can observe that my demo user accounts in my source tenant are uh, migrated there, right? Now, my task is still running. In the meantime, I want you to observe that whichever user accounts were already discovered, their mailboxes, their OneDrive accounts have also been discovered. Let's scroll down. Okay, guys, you know what? I have got more accounts here because my demo user accounts are being discovered, right? Can you observe that? I have now got my demo user accounts. It means that my task is complete. Okay, it's 64% done. Let's go back to accounts. And guys, I want you to observe that I have got the rest of my demo accounts discovered by Quest. Right? My task is finished, and just to let you know, I have also received an email as a notification that my task has been completed. Right? Done. Now, so guys, we're done with the discovery of the task. Right now, we are gonna go with the migration of the user accounts. So, in the trial of Quest, we have got 5 licenses, so we can migrate only 5 user accounts. Right. I'm gonna start with the, let's say, only two of them now. So let's select one of them. I'm gonna go with the my demo user account, right? And the other I am gonna go with my um, this Manan account. Okay. Now I want you to ignore this migration field for now. Um, there was an error earlier when I was trying to migrate the accounts. So let's ignore that and let's click on migrate. A new task will be created. This is the target domain name, right? Apart from the target domain name, there will be a preferred data location value, which will be assigned from the source to the target account, right? It will be migrated from the source tenant to the target tenant. Now, let's click on next. I have to select the source domain, which will be used for routing the emails. I'm going to go with my default custom domain. Next. Uh, if you are migrating any guest users and you want to send them invitation again from the target tenant, then we can send them an invitation email as well. Let's click on next. Sorry, I'm not gonna migrate any guest users, so we're not sending any invitation email. Next, I want to send a notification once a task is completed. Mention by default the email address is mentioned. You can change it if required. Next, and I want to run the task now, and we will click on finish. Let's go to the tasks and let's observe the progress of our task. You can see the migration statistics here, or how many accounts have been discovered or getting migrated, or if they have been failed, or if the migration is stopped or is completed. We can observe it. from here, right? All right. Our task is at 50%, and it is still in migrating state. And here I am in my target tenant where I can. And guys, I want you to observe that that we have two more accounts created here, and they were created by Quest, right? Let's come back here. You can copy the diagnostics information from here also. Our task is now at 75%, right? Okay, let's come back when it is complete. All right, guys, I want you to observe that my account migration task is complete. I had a business license of Microsoft 365, and it seems that you cannot use Quest for migration if you have Microsoft 365 business license. So make sure that you have at least Enterprise E3 or E5 license if you want to uh, migrate the user accounts from one tenant to another, right? This is going to be an important information, because if we don't have that, if we don't have those licenses, we cannot migrate using Quest. uh, Also, I want you to observe that we have been getting emails for all the tasks which are either successful or fail, whatever is their status, right? We are getting the emails, right? So you're gonna get all the notifications based on uh, what you have set up in the task video. We saw that we migrated two users. It was demo user and Manan account, right? I also migrated a third account later on. Now, we will migrate the rest of the two accounts, and I before we do that, I would want to show you uh, that all the attributes and all the user properties are migrated when we perform the migration. So I'm going back to my source tenant and observe that my demo user 2 account, which we are going to migrate now, and I need you to observe the information about this user, the properties, right? Their first name, their last name, or their address, city, phone number, right? I have added some basic details like about the address, the contact, and the job details. The same data I have added for um, my account also, right? You can go to the properties and observe that I have added some contact information here, and I have also added the job title. Now, either of these two accounts are not available here, but now we are going to migrate these two accounts, and we will observe that how the properties are also migrated. So we are on Quest, and in the Quest we are on our in our migration project accounts. Just like we did it last time, I'm gonna select first my user account, and then let's scroll up and let's select the demo user 2. Let's click on migrate. Again, we will create a new account migration task, right? That is the name of the task. Click on next. Guys, the steps are exactly same, so I am not explaining much here, and we are just going ahead with the migration, and we will run now the task. Let's go to tasks and observe whether our task migration task has been started or not. And let's observe here. Guys, let's observe that our task has been started, and it's gonna take a couple of minutes for now. We can observe here that it says two accounts are getting migrated. Observe the events which are getting created for the task. Guys, uh, you can apply the filters here if you want to view some particular events, whether there are any errors or summary or warning, right? So, and we have the relevance also, right? So either the obsolete task, or sorry, the obsolete events or the current events. So you can apply the filter here. Our task is 20% done. And guys, I want you to observe that two new user accounts have come up. Guys, it has not been more than 4 minutes that I have started the task. Right here, you can still observe my task is at 50%, and it was started at 3:25, last modified at 3:28 p.m. So it's just 3 to 4 minutes, and my user accounts are there. And what I wanted you to observe was that all the attributes of the users which should have been migrated, okay, they are not yet here. Let's wait then. It means my migration is not yet complete. I don't even have the job title data. Let's observe for my account. Let's go back to properties, and I still cannot see the contact information of or the job information. Guys, let's wait for a couple of minutes, and it is at 75% now. Let's come back here, go to properties, and guys, observe that the contact information and the job information. Let's see it for my account. Guys, I'm trying to show you all this in real time so you understand that, uh, yeah, the data, the attributes are getting migrated. It might be sick, uh, it might be taking some time, but the data is getting migrated. Guys, observe that it took 5 minutes to complete the account migration task. All right. So, guys, we observed that the accounts were migrated, and uh, we also have uh, the attributes of the users migrated to the new tenant, right?